I've sometimes talked about the president, Joe Biden, as a nasty, callous, I don't care kind of guy. And it might seem that I'm referring solely to his ugly personality. And I am referring to that. I'm including that. But there's also a callousness and indifference and ugliness to the Biden administration. And what I mean is that the Biden administration is kind of Biden writ large. I'm not saying he's driving the canoe, but I'm saying the canoe and its direction reflects the personality of this gross, crotchety man that is sitting at the helm. Now, here's an example of that, and I'm getting this from news reports, that a new federal watchdog report shows that the State Department, this is the Biden State Department, recently was found to have as many as 325,000 unread emails from Afghans who assisted the U.S. war effort and want to be evacuated. So let's back up. The United States does this ignominious, humiliating retreat from Afghanistan. But there's a public assurance that this is not going to be a Saigon-style turn tail and run. We're going to get our own people out, and we're also going to make sure that the people who worked with us, who had trust in us, will at least be considered to be allowed into this country to make the rest of their life in the United States. Now, what was really bad about the actual evacuation is a whole bunch of people ran onto the planes who were not vetted. Nobody knew who they were. They hadn't actually helped the United States in any way. They were just the fastest guys to get on the plane, and they got out. And there were people there who had worked as translators, worked in various capacities with the U.S., who apparently have been in the many months now living, by the way, these would now be seen as collaborators with the U.S. and targets for the Taliban regime. These people have been trying to reach out to the U.S. State Department, probably to document what they did for the U.S., probably give their circumstances and ask us if the United States can do anything to help them. Now, I'm not even saying the United States needs to help all of them and the United States needs to figure out a way to get them all out, but I'm saying that it is beyond callous to have all these emails come into the U.S. State Department. And you know what? Don't read them. Don't even open the emails. So, turns out that as of May of this year, this is the federal report I'm talking about, covers the period of 9 months from the U.S. military evacuation until May of 2022, more than 300,000 unread messages, going all the way back to August of 2021. And there's also apparently a big backlog of applications to get the special immigrant visa that the U.S. was extending to people who had helped us in our long sojourn in Afghanistan. Look, the United States has always been known around the world for a country that exhibits the kind of basic decency where they can't always agree with you, but they're going to give you a hearing. They're going to listen to what you have to say, particularly if you are working hand in hand. So there needs to be a vetting process and so on. But this idea that you've got all these Afghans who over the past 20 years have worked with the U.S., they're now desperately trying to get out. They're targeted by the Taliban regime. We don't even read their emails. I think that's just a telling reflection, a kind of epitome, if you will, of the nastiness that has come to define this Biden administration.